Hey viewer, what's your favorite Hearts of Iron 4 modification? Probably not this one, but you probably have played the Road to 56 and have some respect for what it seeks to accomplish, and it is now to all our delight updated to the newest version of the game. So we play as India, called the British Raj, in 1936, but today we'll be kicking this disgusting red color back to London, as after centuries we build a new civilization for ourselves beneath a bloodstained sand, so to speak. So our situation is bleak. The current Imperial Viceroy and Governor General of India is Lord Willingdon, who you may notice is not the same guy from vanilla HOI4. He technically was the Viceroy until April 18th, 1936. Paradox just simplified things and had Linlithgow, who took over on April 18th, be the starting leader. And besides the treacherous rule from Britain, we are also inflicted with negative modifiers deriving from the caste system, our agrarian economy, and the autonomous princely states. So despite starting off as the most populous country, we are hardly able to muster many of our own resources, whether that's manpower, factories, or natural resources themselves. Another divergence from vanilla is the fact that we own this part of Yemen, yes, so our territory is slightly expanded, though we will have to figure out how strong we are compared to the British Raj in vanilla as time goes on, because only time can tell. So we're forced to do a first focus, which we will immediately execute. Nothing to think about because we have no choice. We have to do that focus. We'll put some British guy in charge of all of our units and send them all the way over to Australia for a nice vacation. Well, we get to work and start producing some small arms from 1936. You know, I kind of hate the normal research, so let's research something new and exciting, like an early heavy ship. We'll now say the subjugation has gone on for too long, kick things off a little earlier than they historically kicked off, and the people, when sent to the ballot box, made a brave, hot, and independent choice to elect the Independent Labour Party, defying both the British and their own traditional system. The only reason I choose that over the democratic path, though, is because if I'm playing 256, maybe, I'm not going to be playing as a country that can't do anything, so at least the communists can justify war. And now we have decisions to influence certain states so that we can, I guess, win the real election. And here he is, the man, Daddy Linlith, has joined the party, but this time around he won't be leading India for much longer. If we were using the dating interface, he would not be available to flirt with, so to speak. If that sort of helps define, here we have decisions, each cost 5 stability, as you can see. We will be doing the bottom 3. I don't know if we'll do the top one. The top one says Stalinist demands, but all it means is we promise to join the Comintern. Elsewhere, Mr. Cool Skeleton Hat Guy is rising up in Germany. Nothing else is happening. And after doing some focuses, we now have the majority out of the 3 major parties, though a higher percent is still controlled by minor political parties that aren't very consequential. And luckily, we have stumbled upon our new best friend, Communist Japan. Well, if they win, they could lose. That's always a possibility, especially when fighting Hirohito. He has a way of magically summoning the will of the people and winning things. And after ensuring we had adequate support, we have won the 1937 Indian provincial elections. We'll now start getting some communist support, and we will continue to move forward. We can now do this fun tree where we seize the means of production, of exchange, of distribution, get some more communist support, and eventually break free from Britain, ideally. Okay, and Britain has now taken control of the port that we temporarily controlled at the start as planned. Maybe we'll get it back one day. Communist Japan did defeat Hirohito, surprisingly, but they are now fighting France. So we may see a French Japanese puppet state. And it does look like the Soviet Union has ceded some territory to the communists controlling Japan, obviously, now that they are allies. And we have these decisions here, the struggle for independence decisions that we will go through to get our independence. Now this replaces the election mechanics. I'm sure the British are very happy that we're going to be doing these decisions. Now I've purposely given myself strikes, which is in Hearts of Iron 4 a terrible thing to have happen, but we need to organize the strikes to decrease British influence, so it's a necessary evil. The Polish state and the Peasants' Union are now fighting each other, and while they do that, we're going to do the exact opposite and try to promote harmony in India so that we don't break apart and stay as one big country where everybody lives together with peace and happiness and friendship and hugs and cuddling. It's gonna be a great place. Also, I have no clue what's going to happen to Nepal and Bhutan, who are British puppets, when we get our independence. I assume they either become independent or become puppets of us. Doesn't make sense for the British to control those if they lose control of India. And Mao was defeated, so Kai-shek will most likely unify China, including what the Empire of Japan used to own before the Japanese People's Republic took over. Now we can invite this great guy George Orwell to speak. I'm sure he's a great guy, has some great ideas. He's definitely not in Spain right now fighting in the Spanish Civil War. That's fake. So now we are free, but unfortunately split into two different territories. We are both guaranteed by the British though, so that means that we can do this once we have the political power. You know, free those workers, of course. And Nepal and Bhutan, as I expected, gained their independence. Bhutan's already communist, the Union of the Red Dragon as they're called now, so we don't need to worry about them. Nepal though is still authoritarian, so we will have to deal with that. We'll be able to go on partial mobilization soon. We won't have enough war support for war economy though for a while, and France is in a very bad situation. Not good for them right now. We're also going to start sending aid to Sri Lanka and Nepal to destabilize them. Well, we need to get on to our partial mobilization first, but then we'll go ahead and do that, and then we can eventually unlock focuses to make the workers rise up. And as always, they have left their capital as the one undefended tile on their border, so we will pin those guys and move right in. And we almost have all the territories we started with once again. The United Kingdom has successfully executed the miracle invasion of Leningrad and are threatening Moscow. And being where we are in 1939 is already amazing, but now we have to deal with several new problems that have presented themselves, dealing with the princely states once and for all, and dealing with our new old territory. The first thing I think I'm going to do is integrate the northern frontier. 15 million people live here, so it's kind of hard to keep the garrison functioning at full force. So now we will move to liberate the workers of Burma, and then we will have all the territory we started with one exception. The Allies all have docking rights there, but no one is guaranteeing them because the Allies have their own kind of major issue that they're dealing with still. They had no divisions in this tile here, so we should be able to encircle the sparsely defended north, maybe even sneak down to their capital if we're really lucky. I would have set up a naval invasion, but despite researching those heavy cruisers at the start of the game, we still don't have a single ship. So yeah, Navy is still non-existent, but it will exist soon, hopefully. So we're finishing up some of the operations. We also now share a border with China, and China is in the Allies and is democratic now. So this would be a really good opportunity to join the Comintern, but I kind of want to use this situation to my advantage because the Allies won't guarantee anybody right now. So we're free to liberate a lot of workers throughout the world. We can go all the way to Turkey here. Iran is a confusing one. They are democratic, so I think if world tension hits 100%, they'll automatically join the Allies. So we'll need to liberate their workers right after we go into Siam. Yeah, and then we can't go into the Dutch East Indies, unfortunately. Okay, I think we're gonna do this and then join the Comintern because I think it's about time. Germany, the German Empire, has even joined the Comintern, so yeah, we probably need to go ahead and do this so that we can at least get something, at least Ceylon and this whatever area, even though Portugal is in the Comintern, but I'm sure we can find a way to get our territory back. We've encircled some of them here, we've cut the south off from their capital, and they have no ports down here, so I guess these guys were already technically encircled. We should win soon, and then we can attack China. Honestly, I would say it's a pretty decently fair fight, especially if Italy joins the Allies somehow. Then I think it would be completely fair, because China has a lot of divisions, so they're going to be a pain to deal with. And then America is America and is across the ocean. This might take till 56 to deal with them. And I just got an event for Tito entering Budapest. That's fun. Yeah, the Hungary joined the Allies. Turkey has joined the Allies, France capitulated. Italy honestly might remain completely neutral, though I'm pretty sure they will join the Allies once they invade Greece. But I don't know if they're allowed to join the Allies because of their ideology, so we'll have to see for sure. Okay, well, I reorganized the railway system, built some new supply hubs on the border with China, so now we can join this thing and begin helping our allies finally, before Japan gets kicked out of French Indochina. Also, Gibraltar has fallen to Germany too, as Germany capitulates Spain and liberates Portugal. And the United Kingdom considers continental intervention. Sure thing, Churchill, you're definitely not doing that right now. There's also a big battle going on in South America, which is interesting. Brazil is really uniting everybody. But our goal right now is to ruin the supply situation in Vietnam. If I can get this port here, then everything down here will be encircled, which would be pretty ideal. And then if we can seize this supply hub in China, China is cut off from supply. And if you want more of this, remember to like the video. If this hits 2,000 likes, I guess I'll take that as the sign to actually make a sequel to a video for once. But for now, bye bye.